Hello crafty friends, welcome to another Mojo May video. Today as usual we're going to make a card, but before I do that I'm going to share another Mojo recovery tip. So this is a little what I like to call mop-up book, and I've made this with unused backgrounds, scraps of gel printing, leftover bits of pattern paper that I've spritzed with shimmer spray, a tag from my box of backgrounds and bits, a background with some stamping and a heart that I stamped and then cut from another background. This has got an empty page waiting for some mopping up. Here's another background. I think this is from one of my pigment powder videos, and I added a strip of leftover mulberry paper and a hexagon that I cut out. This has got a doodle on it. This was a bit of scrap mixed media paper that I'd put a yellow watercolour circle on. So I decided to turn that into a daisy and give it a sky. I did that to remind myself there's obviously room for more there. Here's a little frame that I painted with some leftover metallic paint. I then came back and doodled on a black frame and stamped on a flower and coloured it in. This is the other side of that paper. And then I got a strip from my box of backgrounds and bits and stuck that on, ready and waiting. Here I used some pigment powder paint to add some colour, and then some more hexagons from that die cutting session I had the other day. This is the splurge from, where's it gone? It's the other side of this, that green splurge. I did some more stamping and colouring. I stuck it in a bit of DIY pattern paper that I used to die cut some wobbly circles from. That's the other side of this. And I stuck some masking paper there that I'd used to run my hexagons through an embossing folder with, and another splodge of paper. And the front and back are just covered in more mulberry paper. Now, this isn't a finished thing by any stretch of the imagination, and it may never will be. It is a mop-up book, and I use it to mop up things. Backgrounds that I haven't got a use for, die cuts that haven't made it onto a card, strips from my box of backgrounds and bits, scrap bits of masking paper that have got an interesting texture on but would otherwise go in the bin. And I can mop things up in it. I can literally mop things up. I can pick up wet paint with it. The idea with this is not necessarily to create a beautiful finished work of art journal. It's to create a prompt. It's to give you the opportunity to just stick some things in and see where it takes you, and maybe it will give you some ideas. And you can use up all sorts of bits and bobs that wouldn't otherwise get used up. So I really like what I did here. So I think I might turn this idea into a card. But before I do that, I'm going to show you how I made this. It is so easy. So I've got some scraps of watercolour paper and mixed media paper here. Things I've not used, bits that I've chopped off when making other things. I'm just grabbing a few bits that interest me and that will be foldable into something. I've also got my box of backgrounds and bits here. This is what I made in yesterday's video, not yesterday, day before yesterday, and I'm thinking that'll make a lovely front cover. Could use this tag. I like this bit of embossed pigment powdered paper. That's good. Splotchy chevron. That's got a zigzaggy edge. That's quite interesting. A piece of black card there with some pigment powder stamping on. Texture paste background that I've yet to use. That's quite cool. You could also include some scrapbook paper. You could include some handmade paper. I've got some bits that didn't make it into the other journal that I made. So I think we'll use that. And you can make it any size you want, and the pages don't all have to be the same size. You can make the cover slightly larger so that it covers all the pages, because I don't know if you can see, but on this one the pages stick out. That absolutely doesn't bother me on something that I'm going to use as a mop-up journal. But you could make each page smaller, or you could take a sharp knife and just trim those off if that was something you wanted to do. I'm going to chop this down to 6 inches, so when it's folded in half it'll be 3 inches wide. And what would be good? Could be 3 by 4, let's say. Now I'm going to score this at marked 3 inches just to make it a bit easier to fold. And there you go, I've got the front cover of my book. If you want, you can score everything, or you can just fold. I'm not going to use this because I'm going to use this for some black paper. So these bits will probably get stuck in. But I quite like the idea of turning that into a skinny page. So that can go in there like that. I think that's probably about enough. I'm going to chop all of these so they're no taller than 4 inches. And I'm going to do these so they're just under 3 inches wide. So I think they're all done. I'm just going to put these in. Doesn't really matter what order. And what I want to do is pierce 3 holes, one roughly in the middle. I mean, really, you do not need to do any measuring whatsoever with this kind of thing. So I put one in the middle, one at this end and one at this end, and it's gone all the way through. I've just used a paper piercer and pushed into this kitchen towel, and now I can take a needle and thread. This is 6-strand embroidery thread or floss, and I'll go in from the top outside, hold that there, and then get that lined back up. Come in that way, out through the middle without stabbing yourself, in through the bottom, back out through the middle. Make sure your thread is nice and tight, and then you can tie a knot. If you want to trim off the bits that are hanging out, just use a metal edge, ruler, I've got a set square here, and a sharp craft knife, and slowly, gently work your way down through the layers. So that's got a relatively neat and tidy edge now. And now I can flip through and mop things up into this journal. And this will hopefully give me some ideas of things I can do on cards. And I've got these bits, which I can, if I want to now, stick over things. A little bit of glue, I'm going to stick it over this failed Father's Day card. So I've got a nice little strip of green with gold embossing on it that I can chop down. That could go somewhere. Might stand up quite nicely on the black. Like that, although we've got copper there, so maybe not copper together. Blue and green should never be seen, apparently. I think I might pop it there. This is also a fun way of keeping a record of things that you've enjoyed making that you might want to remake. So I really liked using this on a card. I'll leave a link to the video in which I made this. And having it in here might get me to make something similar again. Remind me of techniques. Now I rather like this copper. It was a kind of verdigris that I made in, I think it was a pigment powder video. Where's the other side of it gone? Over here. There. I rather like those two together. I don't often use a black base in card making, but having this here may encourage some ideas or ways that I could use it. This was that zigzag bit of smushing. Goes with those blue dots that I made with a dot marker. That was the start of a card that I abandoned because I smudged it. I just made a right old sticky mess there, but it could go directly below the dots, couldn't it? And I could find something else to stick under there. Now I've made a mess. Well, now there's glue there. Oh, I didn't stick that page in. Oh well, never mind. A bit of the mulberry paper could go there. See, I'm not making anything in particular. I'm not trying to make something attractive, but juxtaposing things that you wouldn't think to put together, or things that you wouldn't normally use together, is a really good way of getting ideas flowing. So we've got some torn edges there, different types of paper, scrapbook paper, a bit of texture paste, a die cut zigzaggy edge. I could leave that bit hanging off, but I'm not going to. I'm going to keep the edges neat. I might come back to that, maybe stamp something on there or doodle on it. Right, so let's go back to this. I think this would make a really nice card front. Right, I need to do some spritzing, but I've run out of my purple spritz. So I'll add some water into this little spray bottle, take some crushed velvet luscious powder, pop that in there, that should be enough. Put the lid back on and give it a good shake. I've got this stencil, it's not the same stencil as the one that I used, and I'm not going to go like half over, I'm going to come down a bit, maybe like that, so the spray is restricted to this area. I want to mask that off, and I'm not worried about getting purple spray on this paper. In fact, might make it quite interesting. I'll just make sure this is spritzing properly, yep, and gently spritz from high, just enough. I'm going to do some on that paper, just enough to be visible. Carefully remove that and then put that to dry. Got some more mulberry paper. This is all I've got left of this particular purple one. This has got silver glitter on it, so I think I'll use this. And I'm thinking I will put it not right up to the edge of the panel, but so there's a little bit of panel around it. Now on here I've got a lovely, I think it's salvage patina and maybe some wilted violet hexagon there. I think I'll need more than one hexagon, will I? Yeah, I'm going to do a couple, maybe 3. I'm going to get these white ones with the texture on, put them on a bit of masking like that, and I'm going to smush on a bit of salvage patina, and I'm going to smush on some of this spray. Yeah, I think I'm going to overlap them like that. Now I can put this on a card blank, and all we need to do is maybe a little icon on top of that and a sentiment. For my little icon I've chosen a butterfly, and I've die cut it from silver glitter cardstock because I've got silver glitter on here already, so that can sit quite nicely there. For its body I'll just give it some Morning Dew Nouveau drops. Squirt a line up its body all the way to the head, and then I'll just make it a little bit chubbier where it needs to be. Give it a bit of a tap to encourage it to spread out to the edge of the paper. If it goes over the edge, just scoop it up with a pair of tweezers. For my sentiment, I've got a pre-stamped and pre-die cut happy birthday, and that is going to go up there in that corner. So we've got a diagonal, the butterfly's flying in that direction, so it draws your eye towards the sentiment. And then I think some Morning Dew Nouveau drops just dotted around here and there. And that is this card done, inspired by a page from my Mop-Up book. And I hope I've inspired you to give a Mop-Up book a go. It doesn't have to be beautiful, it doesn't have to be a finished product, it's just something to put bits in, may well inspire you to make a card. Right, I hope you've enjoyed today's video and it's at least given you a few ideas. If it has, please let me know in the comments. Like, subscribe, ring the notification bell, and see you back here very soon for another Mojo May video. Thanks for watching, bye for now.